Good Friday morning, everyone. For teleSUR, I'm Cody Weddle in Caracas, Venezuela. Thursday, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro revealed that authorities had thwarted plans to carry out a coup in the country. Maduro says that among those who were involved were the Bolivarian Air Force officials, whom they have already arrested.
Se trata de un intento de utilizar a un grupo de oficiales de la aviación militar.
It was an attempt to use a group of Air Force officials to provoke a violent action, an attack, the death throes of a blue coup, called the blue coup for the last year since March. I want to thank the young officials of this country, the youth in the barrios, the intelligence and counterintelligence security organizations, because thanks to a joint action we were able to keep watch on this coup attempt for numerous weeks and completely undo it in time.
Porque gracias a la actuación conjunta pudimos hacerle seguimiento durante varias semanas a este intento de golpe de Estado o de atentado golpista.
President Maduro says that the investigation into this most recent coup attempt will continue.
The plotters are in prison. The investigations continue. We are dismantling the rest of this attempted coup attack. I say attempted coup because it didn't manage to attack the state. It is a coup attempt against the people, against democracy, because our people want peace. Our people have democracy.
Meanwhile, yesterday, Venezuelan youth marched around the country in support of the government. The youth were marking 201 years since the Battle of Victoria. The anniversary on the 12th of February also celebrates the bravery and commitment of youth in defense of the nation. Yesterday also marked the one-year anniversary of the Guarembas, or the blockades and street actions by the Venezuelan opposition, which aimed to oust the democratically elected government. The Guaremba Victims Committee held an event for peace. Family and human rights defenders paid tribute to the victims of last year's opposition-led violence. The blockades, harassment, and destruction of private property lasted for over 4 months, leaving 43 dead and over 800 injured. Attorney General Luis Ortega presided over yesterday's event and says that there will be justice for the families and victims of the Guarembas. Colombia's FARC guerrillas have announced that they will raise the group's minimum recruitment age and stop recruiting minors under 17 years of age. The age previously was set at 15 years old. FARC leaders also encouraged the Colombian government to raise the minimum age for the Colombian armed forces. Between January 2008 and December 2012, the government forced over 466,000 youth into military service. The announcements come as the 32nd round of negotiations end in Havana, Cuba.
La más despreciable utilización de menores en el conflicto armado por parte del régimen.
Without a doubt, the most despicable use of minors in the armed conflict by the regime. There has been systematic recruiting of children younger than 15 for training in military and police units, infiltrating them in the FARC to carry out intelligent tasks and attack the life of the guerrillas, specifically the leaders. Recently, the FARC EP handed the CICR, International Committee of the Red Cross, 3 youth, noting that they were younger than 15, and they'd been militarily trained in facilities of the National Police.
Al constatar que eran menores de 15 años y que habían sido.
And turning to world news now, people protested in London Thursday denouncing the lack of international media coverage following the killing of 3 U.S. Muslim citizens. The demonstrators carried banners bearing messages including, quote, BBC, shame on you, and, quote, my faith does not incriminate me. The group singled out the BBC as well as Sky News for what they consider to be the demonization of Islam and the playing down of hate crimes against Muslims. Students Day Shadi Barakat, his wife Yusur Muhammad Abu Sal, and her sister Razan Muhammad Abu Salah were all allegedly killed by Craig Hicks. Hicks has now been arrested on suspicion of 3 counts of first-degree murder. Some reports suggest the murders to be the result of Hicks' opposition to Islam, while others say it was the result of a parking dispute. A man is suing 2 police officers and the city of Madison, Alabama. It comes after he was left partially paralyzed by an alleged assault by police. Subhashabhai Patel had recently arrived in the United States from India. He says that last week, police officers approached him and attempted to question him. When Patel couldn't respond because he doesn't speak English, an officer allegedly threw him to the ground, resulting in a debilitating spinal injury. There you see it there. Late yesterday, police apologized for the incident. One of the officers allegedly involved has also been arrested. And in Iraq, the Islamic State group claims to have established its own bank. Based in the Iraqi city of Mosul, the bank is intended to help wean the group off the currencies of both Iraq and Syria. The Islamic State group is already one of the most well-funded terrorist organizations in the world, largely thanks to its oil revenue. Last year, the organization tried to launch its own currency, but so far has struggled to put it into circulation. People march in a global divestment day protest in Sydney, Australia. The protesters use song to demand that the Commonwealth Bank of Australia not fund coal expansion in the Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area. Marchers chanted, calling for climate justice. Several protesters cut up their Commonwealth Bank cards. The Commonwealth Bank of Australia supports the Adani coal mine. And finishing today, 10 couples in Thailand are celebrating Valentine's Day by trying to break the world record for the longest continuous dance. The 10 couples will have to keep their feet constantly moving while dancing to the waltz, cha-cha-cha, and rumba. They will get 5-minute breaks every hour and a 30-second breather during each song change. The current Guinness World Record for the longest dance is held by a Mexican couple who in 2008 danced for 35 hours. That looks exhausting. Plenty more on those stories and others at our website, telesurtv.net/English. For teleSUR English, I'm Cody Weddle. Have a great Friday.